Okay, so we're going to continue to apply the properties of logarithms, but now you can see it's getting to be a little bit more involved down here than it was in the previous video. So to solve an equation with logarithms on both sides, first make sure that both logarithms are brought to one side, then apply the appropriate property. So we already went over these properties on the previous video, so if these do not look familiar to you, definitely go back to the first logarithmic property video so that you can kind of review all of these. So we're going to bring these to one side. So I'm going to take this logarithm that's on the right side here, and I'm going to bring it over to the left side. So that both logarithms are on one side. We're subtracting these two logarithms, and they equal 1. So now I can use the appropriate property. So I can see I'm subtracting the two. So my m and my n are actually these binomials. It's x plus 7 and x plus 3. Okay, so that's my two properties. And remember, it means that I'm actually dividing m and n like this. And it's going to equal, and now I'm switching to exponential form. This is another thing that I did from our previous week, where we also know that we can use this little base. That's going to be our base, our equal, and the 1 is our exponent. So it equals 5 to the first power. So now we're going to go through and we're going to solve for this one. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 3 on both sides because I don't want this fraction. So that cancels out, and I have x plus 7 on top and 5 times x plus 3. So now I can start, just solving like I would any other equation. I'm going to distribute the 5. So I have 5x and 15. Now I have an x on both sides. I have a constant on both sides. So I want to start bringing my variables together and my constants together. So I'm going to do this kind of all in one step. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. So I'm going to put negative 8 equals positive 4x. Now I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides, and I'm going to put negative 2 equals x. So one thing you do need to make sure that you check is that this will actually work within the equation, because now we do have some limits based on domain. So if we go to the screen, I'm just going to say, check your solution. So I'm going back to the original equation here, and I'm going to plug in negative 2 for x and make sure that it does in fact work. So I'm going to simplify. Negative 2 plus 7 is 5. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. And so now log of 5, well, that means 5 x to the x power equals 5. I don't know what the power is. And then x equals 1, right? That's what I would need here. And on this side, I have 5 and 1. So the base is 5. I don't know what the exponent is, but it needs to equal 1. Well, anything that equals 1 with an exponent means that it's a 0. Okay, so that means that I have 1, because this whole thing equals 1 that just brought down here, plus 0, because this whole thing equals 0. So 1 does in fact equal 1. So yay, big check mark. That does work. So that is solving or using properties of logarithms to solve a logarithmic equation. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.